You're gonna buy something or... It seems bad now, I know. But this place used to be full of traders. The war. No one wants to carry goods when you could be ambushed by a legion or corrupt NCR. I haven't had a caravan come by here in years. The only good thing to come out of the NCR was my boyfriend, Joseph. At least until he disappeared without a trace. He's probably dead by now. Mostly alcohol.
Come on up, friend. My name is Ralph Meridew, floor manager of this fine establishment. May I interest you in a game of cards this evening? Before the Great War, the Portland Royal was the gambling destination for poor and wealthy alike. Not as popular as Vegas, mind you, but few things are. After the Great War, it was abandoned until Boss Carla decided to restore it to life. A decision I, and everyone else, am grateful for. None, as long as we don't serve any NCR patrons. Not hard to do since they don't come here anymore. Afraid not. That would be Boss Carla. She's the one who restored the casino, got it working again. She used to be the floor manager before she hired me. Now she handles all the administrative work. Hardly. I've always loved putting on a show. Now I can get paid for it. Business is wonderful. Business is beautiful. Business is not great. It wasn't always this way. The Portland Royal used to be filled to capacity. Then the war started. The stadium became a Legion stronghold and people stopped coming. I can't say I blame them. Hard to justify going through a war zone to lose some caps. You're the first fresh face we've seen in the last year. Normally it's just me, Boss Carla, and Temperance. Oh, him. He's not a patron or an employee. He's a parasite. You want to know more? Talk to him. I'm loyal. Boss Carla helped me out of a jam a few years back. I owe her my life. She's got nowhere else to go. Made her whole business selling second-hand booze here. She was hit harder than the casino, believe it or not. If that wasn't enough, her boyfriend just vanished one day and never came back. Poor girl. Well, first of all, she's invested too much time into this place to just walk away. Second of all, if she left, that debt collector over there would probably send bounty hunters after her. She's trapped in this place. We all are. So, welcome back. Splendid.
The name's Sebastian. Gil Sebastian. And unless you've come on behalf of Boss Carla, we have nothing to discuss. The finest guards from Junk Fleet. I wouldn't try anything around them if I were you. I'm a debt collector for the mayor of Junk Fleet. The mayor loaned a substantial sum to this casino. Now Boss Carla is either unwilling or unable to pay it back. I'm here to make sure she does. Don't know why you care, though. 200,000 caps, plus interest. Consider it an investment into Portland's future. A failed investment. The mayor's primary goal is to establish a legitimate Portland government. It was thought that funding a casino would further this goal. However, due to actions outside of our control, the casino has failed. It's time for Boss Carla to pay her dues. All I care about is obtaining a return on the mayor's investment. I'll accomplish this goal, no matter what. Then we repossess her assets, and if necessary, her life. It should be simple, but Boss Carla refuses to default on the loan or pay it off. Until then, I'm trapped here. Oh, I could. I could also shoot you in the knee and force you to strip from my entertainment. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. In this case, forcibly taking the casino would cause more problems than it would solve. Now, if I had proof that Boss Carla was defrauding us, that would be a different story.
I'm Boss Carla. If you're here to talk business, then we talk. Otherwise, get out. Portland had a need. That need was gambling. Like any good businesswoman, I sought to fulfill that need. They don't like to gamble. Distracts from their training. Besides which, I'm a woman and they take offense to that. Goddamn debt collectors are breathing down my neck. I took out some money. 200,000, not unreasonable. Had to spend most of it just getting the tables in working order. Now the mayor and his cronies want the sum back in full. And in case you haven't noticed, business isn't exactly going well. I've kept the collectors off my back this long, but eventually my luck's gonna run out. Are you nuts? That's the worst thing that can happen. If he dies, the mayor's kill squad will have our heads. Yes, I did. This entire place was underground when I found it. By the time we paid off the operating costs, most of the money was gone. Maybe. I'd be willing to pay you if you're willing to get your hands dirty. Right now, all I need is some stuff. A Braxo cleaner and 2 fission batteries. If you're serious about helping me, come back with those. Yeah. Isn't it obvious? I own the casino. I grew up in Salttown. My parents were miners. They ended up killing themselves by working so hard. I could have stayed, settled down with my boyfriend, but I wanted something more. I left Salttown and made my own way. Crashed on a couch for about 5 years until I got a loan from the mayor. The rest is history. Why, yes, I did. Robin Tenner was his name. It was pretty serious, too. The only reason we broke up was because I wanted to leave and he didn't. I miss him, but not enough to go back. A whole lot more peaceful than the rest of the frontier, that's for sure. But it's also really boring. I wouldn't exactly call that place a dead end, but there wasn't much there outside of the salt trade. Believe it or not, the casino was actually pretty luxurious a few years back. It was only after that war with the Legion that everything went downhill. Yeah.
Hey kid, you know what you look like? You want to win big at roulette? I have that. Blackjack. Have that too. Want to play Caravan for some godforsaken reason? Sure, I can do that. I even come equipped with a slot machine. All you have to do is put some chips in me, and you're as good as gold. Oh no. No problem at all. I despise it. It's just a random collection of overly complex rules. It's a pointless game that's horribly unbalanced. It detracts from the rest of the gambling scene. Still, I suppose it's better than tragic. Indeed I am. Technically, I was built to help gambling addicts recover by showing them the inherent, cynical unfairness of the games they grew addicted to. But hey, why let a crippling addiction get in the way of making a buck? At least that's what the people who reprogrammed me thought. Well, I was built by Robco, worked as a therapy aide, then the war happened. I think after that, a few scabs broke me open to get the money inside of me. They rebuilt me when they realized how many caps I could make them. Then they all got greedy and killed each other. Not that I'm complaining. Now I don't have to share my caps. You mean Thomas? He was one of the war machines going to Anchorage, but he broke before he could get there. He's been here ever since. Not exactly a great talker, but he's better than Big Mac. At least he doesn't try to kill me. With gambling? No, but there is something you could help me with. There are a lot of winners in the wasteland, but not all of them are good losers, if you know what I mean. 3 people in particular owe me quite a few cabs. Now I could collect their debt myself, but let's be honest, I'm a huge shining target. You, on the other hand, are a slightly less obvious target, and you can actually defend yourself. You'll get a cut of the caps you bring in, of course. Great! I knew I could count on you, random stranger. Let's see. Sam Vipers in Junkfleet, probably slumming it up with a whore, or 2. Ian's back at Camp New Phoenix. Then there's Big Mac, who's right there, actually. I would suggest doing him last, though. He scares me. Good luck. Oh, and, try not to kill anyone. It's bad for business. Feeling lucky? Must be important to you. Tell you what. Great. Nothing too complex. I just need you to clean up the books, so to speak. There are a 3. You'll feeling lucky?
Hi there, human! How's it going? And large! In fact, I created this place, Sanctuary. Well, I created the name, and that's about it. There are a bunch of robots in the frontier. Scavs like to tear us apart and sell our guts to people. I figured I might as well make a place for us to relax without having to worry about humans, so I made Sanctuary. They are! I've been collecting them. Did you know that you can dry your hair in seconds with a few easy tricks? Or that picking a lock is easy if you have a banana? I just can't stop reading them. Say, you must get around, right? Maybe you could give me a few magazines. I have plenty of caps lying around. I mostly just use them to make tiny little towers. I could give you a few for every magazine you bring me. Well, I found this lodge by accident. As for how I got into the frontier, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure I was kidnapped. And then, people in spacesuits experimented on me. And then I woke up outside of Brighttown. Weird, huh? Those belong to the people who used to live here. They're gone now. Well, we robots need a bit of upkeep to not die horribly. Since I'm the toughest bot here, I go out and find the things we need to survive. That's great! Here, have some caps.
Another fleshing. What do you want? Simply awaiting for my next great role. I'll admit it's going slow, but someone has to realize my genius eventually. I was shooting a movie here in Portland when the bombs dropped. I tried to get the production back on track, but everyone was too worried about survival, screaming, "Oh God, I'm blind!" Eventually, I floated to Sanctuary. Not without difficulty, mind you. That network kept trying to reprogram me, as if I would lower myself to their standards. Oh, great, a fan! Yes, I was on that Peril Children's show, but I've moved far beyond that. My career has blossomed like a flower, I guess. I assume you've seen the multi-award-winning movie, The Front Lines. Oh, I know. I can tell from your everything that you've never been touched by anything of substance, let alone art in motion. I'll have you know that I held the role of Eyebot number 472. You can almost see my shadow in 2 frames that were cut from the final film. If that isn't fame, I don't know what is. Another
Holy shit! You're a human! Never thought I'd be so happy to see a smooth skin. Did you see another ghoul in there? Her name's Maud. Me? I'm no one. Just a scab. That's what I was afraid of. Scavenger. So is my sister Maud. We came here to find crap to sell. Didn't know about the robots. Tried to talk it out with them. The Protectron came at us. After that, the other bots started crowding in on us. You mean the one with the smile? He was a freaking psycho. He almost tore the head off my body. And smile. Ugh. I got out. No, I didn't. So I waited up here for her. That was 3 days ago. Look, I'm pretty sure she's dead by now, but I need to make sure. You actually bothered to listen to me. Which is more than most smooth skin, so... my sister was left alone. It's basically the exact opposite of me. Smart, organized, and focused. Technically, I'm the older child. I'd be lost without her. Who hasn't? Everyone thinks we're part of that church of eternal light and treats us like we're idiots. Things only got worse once the NCR showed up. They don't care much for us. Keep confusing us with the Wendigos. That or they're just a bunch of racist assholes that like shooting at us. One of the two. Trust me, if I could, I wouldn't be asking a smooth skin for help. But they know me. They'll probably just kill me when I step inside. You, at least, they seem to tolerate. Either that or there's some kind of If anyone has a chance of finding me, it's you.
Well, hello. The Union? How do you know about... I get it. Dell roped you into his revolution, right? He always talked about using someone from the outside, but he never had the guts to do it. Until now, I guess. If Dell is hoping I'll come back, he's mistaken. My opinion is the same as it was back then, and it's not changing. You ever hear the phrase, absolute power corrupts absolutely? Well, that damn salt mine is power in its purest form. If you know how to use it, like the foreman, then you screw everyone over to keep it. If you don't know how to use it, like Dell, you end up hurting everyone out of sheer incompetence. It's a no-win scenario. The only way out is to destroy the mine, get rid of the power. That way, no one can be corrupted by it. Mads? I remember him. Dell and Killian hated his guts, thought he would turn on us, but he was a sweetheart. He's the only thing I miss from that town. Please, you really think that's the only salt mine in Portland? Yeah, it's the largest, but if you really need salt, all you have to do is dig down for a while. Naturally, the foreman pays a lot of caps and kills a lot of people to keep that a secret. If the Salttown mine gets destroyed, though, no one can hide the truth anymore, and the monopoly gets broken. He's a bastard. You can't dispute that. But he's not a monster. A monster wouldn't keep his workers fed and healthy. Besides, it's not like he's any worse than the first foreman, despite what Dell might say. He was nicer than the new guy, but only to us. No one likes to remember that he was a racist, a ghoul supremacist. He talked about setting off a dirty bomb in the city to create more ghouls. He was only half joking. Dell and his friends like to think the new guy murdered the first foreman, but I was there, and no one was murdered. The new guy is telling the truth. It was a normal fight, a fight the first foreman started. The new guy pushed the first foreman in self-defense. First foreman hit his head on a wall and croaked. It was no one's fault except the first foreman's. Before the war, he was like me, a political activist. Sadly, he also has an ego as large as the salt mine. The minute he tasted power, he went rabid. He may think he cares about equality and workers' rights, but deep down, he only cares about being in charge. That's why he doesn't want the mine destroyed. It doesn't matter if it's hurting people. He wants the power it gives him, the power the foreman has. You want to help me? Well, I'll be damned, someone who's actually smart. When I left, the cave was close to collapsing, and I doubt the foreman's fixed that. A few well-placed explosions will make it come crashing down. Sadly, I don't have those explosives with me. I had to leave them behind when I left. If Dell doesn't have them, then Killian will. Well, you could flood the cavern with radiation. It wouldn't affect the miners, obviously, but it would make the salt inedible to humans. Same overall result, just with less noise. Huh, I never thought someone would actually agree with me. Good luck. I know you can do it.
Fuck! I got shot!
was really quite inspiring. Thank you.
What do you need? I've got enough food to feed an army.
Courier? Yeah, I like the cold. That warm rush into your fingers after a cold day? Nothing better. I'm retired. Me and the missus would have gotten a house away from the base, but we're safe with the Legion still active. So, yeah, well, it wasn't my choice. I slipped and broke my leg. That injury ended my career. Physical therapy can do, okay, look, I didn't actually get injured, but my wife didn't like me fighting the war, so I faked the injury. No, I'm smart. You saw what happened out there. Saw all those people die. One of them. That would imply I've been gambling, something I promised my dear wife I wouldn't do. Courier, you're always... What was that you said? A charity for starving... Here you go. I think I've given you so many caps that you'll never... Courier?
Thank you for honoring Wolfpack's death.
Welcome back. Since you came back,
Salutation.
I don't deal with customers. Go see Gerda. Dr. Saki needs something. Stupid patient.
I'm heading to the ice cave. You should too if you want to make it big.